Hey everyone, my name's Janet and I am clearly a planner lover. So I wanted to film my 2025 planner lineup, planner setup. This is subject to change. It might change. It's not as crazy as it looks, but I will walk you guys through what I have so far. I finally figured out, I think, my last couple that I had questions on this morning. So before New Year starts, I wanted to give you some ideas as to what all these are going to be used for, at least in the upcoming months. Okay, so the first one is the 2025 Hobonichi Weeks in the pomegranate leather cover. And it's the regular size, it's not the mega. I have used A Weeks every year since 2021, I think, and not always as my main planner. I have a love and hate relationship with it, but I did just go ahead and set it up. I got these super cute, I didn't even know what they were, but they're just going to be headers for every single month. And I got them from the Coffee Monster Co. I just got them a few days ago. So at the beginning of the month, they go here. So I haven't pre-decorated much just because this is more of a functional planner and I like to decorate as I go just to keep it fun and if I get new stuff in or whatever. So I added some page flags here. This is just like an inbox sticky note that I got in my advent calendar this year. Not much decorating going on in the front. I probably won't use this page. I've never used it in the past. This one I am going to use as a workout tracker. Very, very simple, nothing too crazy, but if I do weights, run, or cardio, I'll just mark it and maybe just like a check mark or something. And then the top, I'm just going to put the number of days per month that I work out. So nothing too crazy. I think that's just like a visual. I think there's only been one year where I completely finished this whole tracker, and it was very visually nice. So I'll use that. And then December, I only filled out a couple things, but I'll just use this for like events and maybe work stuff because I'm not going to have a separate work planner. I'll get into that in a minute, but I might just put my work events so that they don't interfere with my personal events because sometimes I tend to do that is I don't know what's going on at work and then I just like, you know, book something or make an appointment and then I have like a work thing. So I'm probably going to use this for that. And then I did start using it. Let's see, what was the first week? I think it was this week. So this was the first week. So I'm just going to use it like I've been using my Moleskine. So line down the middle. And then my main like work, probably like work schedule here. And then any specific date tasks. And then I tried this trackers thing, but I'm not huge on tracking like this. I needed to like be pre-done. I did try it, but I don't know. I don't know that that works. And then I just kind of made random lists. Again, kind of going off of what has been working in the Moleskine, but it doesn't really work in here. So scratch that idea. I didn't really like how this ended up working. So then for this week, I'm kind of going to do the same. So this one I like better. This one, same line down the middle, what my work schedule is for the week, and then any specific appointments or specific day things that day. And then this one, like I was filming every day for Vlogmas, which you guys saw that clearly fell off after like 13 days. I couldn't do it anymore. And then I'm just gonna do like, and then I just did a running to-do list. This I liked way better. And then this week I tried also doing the tasks up here and then a running to-do list and then like a separate list. I tend to do that. I like this layout better. Like it's better for me to do this layout. And again, the Moleskine with the little tiny, these aren't tiny, but I like to do like a little tiny sticker on every day of the week. And didn't do these 2 weeks. And then this one, I tried something different again. I watched Lindsay Scribble's video and she did like a rolling, I've seen this quite a bit, but the rolling to-do list where you put the name of the task and then you check it off and then you kind of put a line and then whatever day you finish the task or actually end up doing it, you kind of put like a circle. So I do like this. And then I left this tracker blank because like I said, it's Christmas and New Year's week. Like I'm not really tracking literally anything this week. So, or the next 2 weeks really. And then I just did a meal, like a grocery like list, and then a meal, like what I'm going to plan for my meals. And then I did add the Coffee Monster Co. New Year's Eve stickers that she had sent out. I still need to draw. Oh, actually, I did draw the one. I just drew it in pencil. But I kind of did the same thing. So New Year's checklist, a couple trackers, and then a meals to cook list. That's probably what I'm going to keep doing. The spacing of the weeks is like, it's a love-and-hate relationship because I just don't feel like there's enough space in there. So I didn't like it before because when it was overcrowded, I don't like the way it looks anymore, and I don't want to do it. So I have to make sure that it's not overcrowded for me to keep wanting to use it. So for the notes, I did decorate this page here, and then I jumped right into dailies. So I like a daily page, so I just did, daily pages here, December dailies, and then jumped right into dailies and just decorated a little bit there. Also, I was testing the way that I want to write the date. So here I wrote out the date. Here I put the way that Lindsay put it, like that. And then this one, I was just testing this paper out, and I just like sticky noted in there, which is like a fountain pen friendly paper. And then here I just added my cycle tracker, which I do need because we do need that. So pretty self-explanatory. I am going to keep that in here. And then the back, I just added another piece of that, or not Hobonichi. It's like, I will link it below because it's like specific fountain pen paper that I really like. But since I put the sticker wrong, like it made the paper like all weird. So I just didn't want to see that. So I just covered it up. And then I just continued on with the dailies, which I like this a lot. I really like daily planning. And then this was my Christmas day, running to-do list. And then I set up some pages back here. So I'm going to leave all this for daily logs, I think. And maybe, I don't know how much space I'll use that for. But here I just did, our adulting logs. So I did it for every month of the year, and then just stuff that came to mind that I needed to not forget. And then over here, I left a notes page. So if I'm ever on the phone, if I get quotes, stuff for the house, health notes, doctor's notes, important things like that, I just left a page for that. This one is a home purchase log. So I do tend to buy a lot of stuff for my house. So just wanted to buy like a house log. Like if I want to buy next year like a water filtration system, that's probably going to be in here. A new faucet, a new sink, like stuff like that's going to go here, like larger purchases. But I do buy a lot of stuff for the house, so I'm just going to keep a record there. And this, I did like a gift wish list, like for my family, if I want to put something in there, don't want to forget like friends' birthdays, stuff like that. And then I put my wish list. So again, it's just very similar to what Lindsay Scribbles does. She had a list. I've used 2 pages before. I just left 2 pages. And this is fun stuff and like a package tracker that I'm going to keep track of because I do keep track of that stuff every single time I buy something. I am going to try to see if I can remember to put favorite movies, albums, shows, restaurants, and concerts in here in the favorites. And then I like this little doodle page. I've already tried doodling a couple things in my ink journal, so I did try that. And then this, I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I might check it out for something. I don't know. But yeah, that is my weeks. That's what I'll be using that for. So I'll be using this in the same because I'm going to run out of daily pages, I think, or like daily spaces. I'm pretty sure this is going to be my other main planner. So this is the Paper Test Designs the Daily Notebook. I had my eye on this last year and I completely missed it. So I went to use that daily Moleskine, which I did use, but you can't use fountain pens on that. So I just used gel pens, and then the paper was weird. So I'm so glad I was able to get this one this year. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use this one quite a bit. So I put a gel pen and a fountain pen just in case. And then I themed it coffee, mostly coffee stuff. and then a 2025 like die cut sticker from the Coffee Monster quote. But this should be all coffee related. And then I put this washi thing that my friend gave me that's got like some more coffee like washi if I want. Um, yeah, so I put my name and my like Instagram, IG. This is kind of funny because I said that I got this cover for Christmas, but this cover reminds me of, I'll insert a little picture, but you know that banana chocolate pop ice cream bar that you get from the ice cream man all the time? That's what this reminds me of. And I got this from C. Amy Draw in the advent calendar, and I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. It feels like this is like my chocolate banana like dream planner here. Um, it's just like my favorite combination. Like Chunky Monkey is also like my favorite Ben and Jerry's ice cream. So anyway, I don't know. I don't have. My sister was like, "Do you have like pens that are brown and yellow?" I'm like, "Actually, I don't." So I don't know if I'll get any this year that are that color. But anyway, I didn't really do any setup on this because I'll just do this as I go. But I did see that it had a monthly tracker in here, which was cool. It just has like lots of fun pages that we're used to. I don't know that I've ever used a paper test designs planner. I've used her inserts, but not a book bound planner. When I was in Rings, I did print out a lot of her inserts, so I do like the way her layouts look. But she has a monthly tracker, so I know I'll be using this. So if I don't end up using this week's like tracker for working out, I will at least track it in here. All the good stuff that's going to be tracked in there. So I'm probably going to do that, but again, I wanted to film this video, but at least I have an idea of what I'm going to use these for. And again, these are just daily pages. So yeah, and then there is a weekly overview at the beginning of each week. So it's set up like the Nolte too, which I have loved everybody's Nolte, but I've never had one. So it's just set up with the weekly overview, and it's dated, and it's just got all the space, which I like. So, and then it just goes into your week, and then I think, yeah, so it's the week and then the weekly overview page. So this layout I really, really like, honestly. And it is half the year. It goes through July. So it says volume 1 up here. So, and then I put a clear cover on it. I don't know that I'll add anything else really to it, but yeah, this is going to be like my on the go. So these two are just like my take them to work on the go, like in my purse planners. Okay, and then next, okay, so I also bought the Sterling Ink 2025 compact full year. This is the passport size because I don't know. I just wanted to try it, to be honest. And I already covered this up, but this is the I can't remember what the color of this one is. Not pomegranate. This is mulberry. The mulberry color. So I put the clear cover and I just put this map in here, and then I haven't, like I said, I haven't really decorated anything yet, but I did put some dragon stickers in there. And yeah, I don't like this stuff like right here. Like I don't know that I'll use like these pages here, but like my on the go appointments, most likely this, because it's so small and compact. Like if I have a smaller purse, I'm going to throw this in there just so I have something to write notes in. And I've already checked, the back has quite a few notes pages in here. So I do like that. So this might be just like, again, if I have a smaller purse where that one doesn't fit in, I'm going to use this guy. If I'm traveling, most likely I'm going to take this with me too. Yeah, so I can have like a dual, it just makes sense to have this because I didn't buy any Travelers Company inserts this year. So when I was traveling last year and I put in those inserts, I mean, I did, but I didn't really, they weren't functional. They're just not functional for me, honestly. So, but this might be better because I have a full year. Like I want the full year with me at all times. This is just like a bullet journal I set up, and this is just, there's no rhyme or reason to it. I was just swatching stuff. I kind of decorated it. I watched lots of videos with these little Leuchtturm notebooks, and I just wanted one. So I started it last year, and this is just like random. There's no, again, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's not dated or anything. So yeah, if I want to do stuff, I'm just gonna grab this guy. For work, I decided to not use a full dated planner because I don't need one. I rely heavily on Outlook, and from my last year notes, even with my new job, I do need a notebook because we do tend to write a lot of notes. And I used two notebooks. I used an A5 Stalogy and the B6 Common Planner, and it worked fine. But I did have a lot more trainings. Like I was training basically the entire year, it felt like. So there was a lot more like needing of a calendar, whereas this year it shouldn't be that way. I'm a little bit more settled. So I decided to scrap the idea of a full, dated planner. I am going to probably buy the Randy Dot plans like dated stickers for the year so that I can date this thing. But what I was thinking is honestly, if I go with clients to appointments and I need to not, jot down some notes, I'm just going to take these two. So this is just a notebook from Sterling Ink. It's a small little notebook. So if there is some note taking, I don't want to, bring out a full, decorated, super fun planner. I'm probably going to take this stuff out and just make it, very basic. And this is just like a little, what is this called? This is the Techo Day Free A6 Hobonichi, and this is probably going to be plenty. So I did a little pen test just to test my pens, but this is just, I'm just going to put, I'm just going to put notes in here and just date my little, I mean, it has a planner, a monthly planner. So if I need to, I guess I can use that, but I'm just going to use this for note taking. And it might be a day a page depending on how many notes I take for the day. It might just be like half a day. I don't know. I plan on just using this for work and work notes. And, if I go with clients, I'll take this and write any of my, like when I'm in front of them. I do tend to sometimes write notes about their account because right now it's kind of funny. I've been using this little notebook that's not anywhere from the planner community. This was just a free little notebook that was given to me, but it is fountain pen friendly. Like these is all items that I wrote with fountain pen, and look at that. Like none of it transfers, none of it bleeds. Like I just wrote it on one page because I knew I wasn't going to use like the whole thing. But this is just like my little daily page of stuff when I go with clients or when we're doing stuff. I just take notes in here. So, I just use this little guy, this not very cute looking notebook. So why not just use something like that in that size, So that's going to be my work. I'm probably going to take some stuff out so it's not so like decorative. And then I just put a field notes in here if I needed extra space. Okay. So the next one I have is my lovely, lovely Moleskine. So this thing has been like with me. When did I buy this? I bought this in July, I think, because I was just, I just wanted to try this thing. And it might still go with me into 2025. Again, just because of the size of this one, I really like, look how nice it looks. And it doesn't feel overcrowded. I can read it really well, which is going to be my problem with the smaller planners because I don't write small. I don't write large, but it's like medium, So if it's too crowded in my other one, I'm going to have to, stick with this one. So yeah, this has been a very helpful planner. And once I figured out the layout that I liked, with the line down the middle and like not doing these weird boxes, it has been just the most, useful, practical, cute planner. And this is inexpensive. You can buy it on Amazon. It's available literally anywhere. And it's not lined, but I tend to write pretty straight. It takes practice. It's not always straight, but line down the middle, specific, what my schedule for the day is, specific day events there, and then random notes. I just like to separate my notes out. Like I was writing my expenses here, which you'll see where that's going to go in a minute. But I just write, sometimes I just write separate notes everywhere. Like this is, you know, yeah, next week, current notes, like brain dumps, like drawings. So I kept my orders here, but it's enough space. I even did a little journaling in some of these. So because I like pretty much the layout of this and the size of it, I'm going to keep her around going into 2025. Yeah, and maybe jump in and out of it depending on how much space I need for the week or whatever. So yeah, but like I have just really loved this. This is an unexpected planner that I got into in July and just have loved it. And this is this week. So yeah. And then did I decorate? Well, I put the rest of my Coffee Monster Co. stickers on here. And yeah, so that's nothing's really changed with that. That's just gonna hang around. What else? Okay, so I briefly showed like on Instagram stories. This is my book journal. I did a Bujo style basically because my weeks. This is what I did my book journaling last year, and it was going great for a while, and then I completely fell off of it sometime in September. You know, so, and I all these empty pages here. It just didn't work because there was no layout to it, and I sometimes don't want to think about the layout or doing a whole decorative page after I finish a book. I'm really moody when it comes to that. So I really, really need to be in the mood to want to do that. And then like by the end, I just like was like scratching notes and like making random things. So I decided, let's do a preset reading journal this time. One sec, let me turn the light on. Okay, so yeah, so I decided to just do done layouts and see if that helps me maybe stay on track for my reading journal. That's going to be one of my goals is as soon as I finish reading a book, go in here and do all the things because I did not do that. And that is going to be one of my goals for 2025 because I am an avid reader. I read a lot. I read like 123 books this year. And I couldn't tell you. I mean, if I'm not going off of Goodreads, I couldn't tell you anything. I mean, a lot of them do have reviews, and I'm getting better at writing reviews, but I had no visual really representation of any of the years I do them because I just fail doing anything here. So anyway, reading challenge. I just wrote the 1 through 46. I put a favorites bookshelf. Again, I'm like weird because I started it, put a random thing here, and then continued. Whatever. I'm just going to fill it in for my favorites for the year. And then I just did 2 more pages. So it went to 141 books. This is a series tracker where these are the series that I'm currently in the middle of. And once I finish the book, I'm going to color it in, rate it. And then once I finish the series, I'm just going to highlight or color in this finished little sign here at the end. So those are the ones I'm in the middle of, I'm pretty sure. This is my most anticipated reads, and it's already broken down by month. So I'll just write the name of the book and the date it's supposed to come out. And that is through December. Book purchases. I mean, I know I bought books throughout the year, but I don't know when I bought some. I have no idea if I'm controlling my spending with books. I don't really know how much I'm spending a month on books. I just know I'm going to Barnes and my local bookstore and the used bookstore often. So I would like at least some sort of representation or like visual as to like how often I'm going so I can, try to stay on track for my spending on books, which let's be real, it might not happen, but at least I can see that I tried. This is my top 25 books of 2025. I haven't written them all down, but these are the ones that I remember the top of my head that I want to get through. And I left a little space because I'm probably going to print out the cover for each book and then put them here. This is another series tracker that it's on my radar. So these are also ones that they're not completed series. Maybe I've started it A lot of them, they haven't released the whole novels yet. Like this one, I've read one. I just didn't have enough space on that other page, so I just put them in here. Like they're not completed series, or they're just on my radar of books that I really want to get to in 2025. This is my ARC reads. I've been lucky enough to get a few more ARC reads this year, so I'm assuming that's gonna go forward in 2025. I had a TikTok just for books, which was amazing. I was actually sent books that way by a publisher, but since it's going away, I'm probably going to move that over here to YouTube or to YouTube Shorts. So yeah, because this account is journaling and books. So if you didn't know, I do bookish things too, but I was a lot better at it on short form content on TikTok. But that's going away. So I will do something different in 2025 for my bookish things, bookish reviews. So yeah, this is ARC reads. This is favorite quotes. This is, I put find me at the bookstore. So if I go to like fun bookstores, this is going to be on this page. This book or this page came out a little chaotic, but I saw people doing this where I thought it was kind of interesting, where you write the number of books you read, pages, if you go to the library, how many library books, how many 5 stars, how many books you read off of Kindle Unlimited, and then how many I read in 2024 for the month versus 2025. I'm going to do 100 book doodles. Don't know. I just randomly thought of that page. And then this is a book bingo page that is like hopefully reading more diversely again. I mean, I think I read diversely enough, but we can always improve. And this is just going to give me a little visual representation. And then once I finish, I do want to buy myself a baby Kindle. So if I finish this, then I will buy myself a baby Kindle in 2025. And then these are all going to be just review pages. So, and I don't want to go overboard with reviews. I just want to make enough to give me myself a synopsis. And if I'm doing a review for the author or the publishing company or something, then I can at least have that here. Print the book cover and then whatever little details about the book. But yeah, I kind of just did a few to start off. But I think this is going to be like good enough, you know what I mean, where it's not overwhelming, but I can go in here and just fill this out. So this is going to be a goal to not fall off of that. Okay. So this guy, I had no idea this morning what I was going to do with this guy. I just got this cover from my friend, and it's the Houndstooth from Aura Estelle, and I did not know what the heck I was going to do with this planner. And I just figured out what I wanted to do. So I just put some stickers in here. But what I'm going to do with this one is this is going to become my finance planner for 2025. So for 2024, I did not have one. I just kind of, I couldn't tell you. I paid bills and they were automatic, and most of them were written down like in my Moleskine or some sticky note somewhere. I don't know. And then this was one that I used in 2023. And this is just like a notebook that I had lying around from Target. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just do my finances here. And I use this the whole year. The whole year for 2023, and this style is going to be the same, where it's just like messy, like I do my own layouts, like I figure out what bills need to be paid. I was doing sinking funds and, savings and stuff. I had goals every month. Like I literally kept up with this thing, and look how like crappy this thing is. It's like falling apart. Like all the pages are like already fallen off of the book. But it worked. Somehow it worked because I like writing it down. I don't need a big budget binder. I don't need a million budgeting things like I did in past years. But something to write my finances is probably helpful. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do that in here. So I just threw in a bunch of sticky notes in here because, like you saw, I tend to write down random bills that are due or things I need to pay or when stuff is due. So this is going to work perfectly for that. And this is the Crefective Paper 2025 Weekly Notebook. And it's going to yeah, I highlighted all my paydays already for the at least for the first quarter, and then I tabbed it with my Coffee Monster Co. tabs. And because the monthly is here, I pre-decorated the months. So I just put a little bit of washi tape. I'm probably going to put the bills, another sticky note, and then just kind of go with it. I probably won't reach for this every day. This is probably going to be like 2-3 times a month when I reach for this, because that's all I need. I don't need to look at my finances every single day. I don't know if I'm going to track like my daily expenses really. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to use it for bills and like larger expenses and like savings. And yeah, I think the layout's good enough for that. I'm not going to care about pens and fountain pens and if this bleeds and if it's good paper or not paper. I'm just going to use gel pens and highlighters. And like I said, I just put in some sticky notes in there and decorated very minimally. So yeah, that's set up for that. And in the back, and the back's notes pages, oh, this was a, oh, it's bending it a little bit. Oh, well, I might not use that then. This came in my advent calendar, and it just says in case of emergency, break glass. So this is like a cash envelope stuffing envelope that, you know, people use. I used to use these all the time. I don't know that I'm going to use it, but I thought it looked cute here. And then Lindsay Scribbles had a financial summary for each month listed in hers, in her weeks. So I think I'm going to do that at the end of every single month and just kind of go in here and just kind of see what my financial summary looks like. So, and there's enough pages in here to do that one a month. And in the back, I just decided to do swatches of a bunch of my pens and markers. So, I mean, I like the way it looks and I wanted to keep a record somewhere. So I just did a bunch of my pens here. And then these are my Tombow collection that I have that I really would love to add more to. So that's why I left the 2 pages here. But I am terrified that I'm going to buy 2. So I kind of needed a little, what's it called, swatch card, I guess that you can say. And it didn't, none of the pages bled. The only one that bled through was this, but I put way too much ink, so that was my fault. And then if I want to test more fountain pens, I'm probably going to do on this page. So I didn't want it to bleed over to my Tombow page. So yeah, that's going to be my finance like area. I thought about doing like a health one, but like a health one to me, like I don't really need to track my health tracker stuff anymore because it's not even a habit. It's just the way of life for me. I've done it so many years now where the majority of the year, I know, you know, what workouts to do, how much water, like it's a way of life for me. So I don't really need to track it because I've tracked it for so many years already. That's not one that I tend to stay tracking because it's just like second nature to me, if that makes sense. So they do work. If you haven't tracked your health, like they do work. And in my brain, it just, you know, it's like second nature. So I don't need to do tracking anymore. And I get bored of it, to be honest. Okay, so this one, I also wasn't sure what to do with it, but if I'm being honest, I'm going to miss having long form journaling a long form journaling spot like my Hobonichi cousin, because I didn't buy a cousin this year. If I buy one, it won't be until the spring start because my other one wasn't a full year cousin. It was a spring start cousin that started in April, and that's about all I can handle because I can't handle 12 months of long form journaling. It's just too much. But I think I am going to miss having something for that type of journaling here. So I put my tabs in here, and we're just gonna wing this again. I am gonna hope that that's what I use it for. It might be a combination of like work, like a work and like long form journaling diaries type thing, if I need to. But again, it's dated, so there's that. There's going to be the pressure of doing this again every single day. But it's weird because I just feel like I'm going to miss somewhere to put my thoughts in long form content without having the cousin. So yeah, and it's a beautiful like system. It's beautiful. I love Sterling Inks planners. So yeah, that's what I've decided to keep this one for. So you'll probably see more of this one. And this one's going to be more shareable. Like this one, I'm going to be able to share this like online. Like I don't mind sharing my cousin online. Like I don't care if you guys like read what's on there. So that's probably what this one's going to be. This one's going to be stuff more that I can share and like be creative with. Another one that I plan on sharing and being creative with is the hours journal. So this is the 2025, another planner that I've really always wanted to try and never got my hands on. So this is going to be like a one sentence a day though. This is going to be memory keeping, mostly memory keeping, but it's so small, like it's one sentence, and I want to try a different type of like decorating in here. So this is going to be my more creative journal, and I'm excited to try this one. So these two you'll probably see like the most of on my account, and I like the A5 size, which I said I wanted to do for 2025. So I'm sticking to what I said. And then this might be last. Okay, so this one is not a planner. This is just a notebook. I set her up already, and she's going to just be a commonplace journal. So that's what I put here. This is going to be like a collection of anything that I want. Like if I want songs, if I want shows, if I want add things that are specifically to one thing that I get obsessed with over the year. I don't know. This is going to be just like my commonplace journal, and we'll see how it goes. Never commonplaced before, but I do find the concept very interesting. So, and since there's so many pages in this thing, like I don't know how the spine is going to turn out, but we will all see. We will all see how this goes. This is a beautiful linen cover. This is a B6 from Ali Reyes. And Reyes? I don't know how you say her last name. But yeah, I've tried her planners before. I love all her products. So yeah, definitely wanted to try this out this year. And yeah, so I think that's it. So for planners, let's see. So for planners, really, I really only have these two for my main planners, and this one's just going to stay in rotation, just kind of depending. So that's my main planners here. This is going to be my finances. This is going to be just commonplacing notebooks here, commonplacing drawing, creative, just sticking to the creative. This is going to be my traveling on the go for smaller purses planner, my book record keeping, and these are the two that you're going to probably see the most on my Instagram. So these two as well, depending on how cutesy or creative I get with it, but these two are probably the ones that you're going to probably see the most of. So yeah, and then we have my work notes, which is just going to be kind of boring. It's not going to be like anything too exciting, but it's going to make up for it because I get to open this cute Elatone Hobonichi cover every single day at work, and it's just going to be so cute. I'm going to try not to add in like 9,000 business cards when I go visit clients and stuff. Also, I do get quite a bit of ephemera. If you guys saw like my flip, any of my flips, like, or any of my vlogs, honestly, or anything, you guys know that I collect quite a bit of ephemera through work. So this might be like a little place to put that in here because it's an A6, it's a Techo A6. It's like the daily, only it's not dated. So it might be going in here, and that way I'll have all my work stuff in here versus like in my personal. But who knows? Who knows? That's that. But at least I have some options. So that is it. That's all I've got for you guys. I'm excited for 2025. This is the most I think I've ever purchased in a year, but there's just so many different companies that have really good like planners out, and we just have to test them all for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. If you have questions, if you need to know where anything's from, I will try to tag all these down below. And I will definitely be back on here. And if anything changes, you guys will know about it. Follow me on Instagram.